Y'all need to find out where he is.
What you say? Where he?
Yeah. You need to find out where he is.
I didn't find out.
Yeah, they like you up. Singing. They always supposed to know show me.
He didn't jump ship over it. I ain't gonna say it no more.
Once again, it's on. Once again, it's on. This is your boy Touche the Don, only on WMSK Online Radio. This is True Grit. I got the lady to the left of me.
Y'all, good day, good evening.
The queen in front of me. My guy to the right.
What's going on? Hippopotamus in here.
It feels like it's been so long since I've been here. You know what I mean? After the hiatus, I had to clear my mind, get some things in order. You know what I mean? How was everybody's week?
Pretty cool, man. Hey, I work.
What about you, ma'am?
Same.
Same. You just work. That's all you did.
Mm-hmm.
How was your Wednesday? Oh, okay. I was waiting. What about you, dog?
Oh, mine was wonderful, man. I got a chance to perform down at Marshall Dock.
Okay.
Air school down in D.C.
Oh, what? Ain't mad about that.
That was pretty interesting. Just the leg is
Man, yeah.
You know what I mean? I was able to a Sam Smith concert to make everybody love something. Young, old, bad and different.
Okay.
White, black, Japanese, and Asian.
Yeah. That's a good expression on its own, you know?
Yeah, I'm trying to tell you, yeah. But it was wonderful.
Oh man, so much going on. Man, listen, same old. I dealt with some death, you know what I mean? Like everybody else. Just trying to wrap my head around it a little bit, you know what I mean? But you don't never know when, where, and how. So I'm trying to tell everybody I love them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what's going on tomorrow, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You never know what's going to happen. So. I did, I just said.
You can tell everybody.
I love y'all. That was aggressive. Why so aggressive? I'm trying to figure it out. You know what I mean? But y'all had a lot going on in y'all great city. You know what I mean? You gotta love to be more. You know, some indictments came through. You know what I mean? I heard there was a car chase, some more stuff. You know what I mean? Well, at least through the memes. I felt like I was watching OJ on the running game. You know what I mean? I wasn't sure what was, being that I'm not from Baltimore, I don't get that news no more. Right. So I can only live through the memes that I see. So she did a whole lot. Yeah. You know what I mean? There was some Thelma and Louise going on, you know what I mean? Some OJ. Yeah, she was popping, you know what I mean?
She was the Orange is the New Black.
Yeah.
She was even her own rendition how he goes to prison.
Yeah, how about that? You know what I mean? Yeah. So what's really going on in Baltimore with her? I know she resigned for health reasons. That's what I heard from my memes. But I'm trying to ask y'all.
What did the lawyer say?
I don't know, because I don't get y'all news. You know what I mean? I keep saying that. Yeah, so now if I look away from my memes, let me go through my memes.
He said it was health reasons.
Yeah, that's all that they did. That's what my memes said too.
From what I've seen, they sent out a letter, 2 sentences, and that was it.
Oh, okay.
She wasn't even work a whole paragraph.
He wasn't answering no questions then.
And after she stole the race from Sheila, and couldn't even finish her term. Hey, that's some shit.
So they could be crumbled, man. You know? What was it, karma though?
Yeah, I think so.
Yep.
Why?
That's buzz.
Why? Karma in relation to what?
I think because she stole the race. She stole the race. Everybody knows she stole the race.
From Sheila?
Yeah. Them whole 7,000 to 9,000 votes that just ended up missing.
Right.
They don't have the electoral college there?
No. Yeah.
So why is it fitting elsewhere but it's not fitting with that?
It's
the same game?
It's not really the same game.
Why?
That's on a national level.
You picking votes is the same thing.
No, it's not. Okay. It's not. It's very, very different.
It just shows you.
It's very different.
So why she steal it?
Well, how did she steal it or why?
Why and how?
Well, how?
And keep in mind that the president stole his as well.
Well,
George Bush Jr.
Oh, now he did. We do know that.
Okay.
He did. That's confirmed. But
So what we talking about?
on this one here,
Mm-hmm.
how she stole it, we still trying to figure that out. Why she stole it? Because she felt like it was her child.
It was her.
No, it wasn't. You know how many old people been around here and did that for
Why are
30
you
years?
protecting her so much? Every time we have a conversation about her,
I think they related.
like,
That's
I
my
think they
auntie.
related.
every time we have a
That's my
conversation about
auntie,
her,
man. She makes my rice pudding.
is that what it is? Her rice pudding?
I was trying to tell you.
Banana pudding. Which one? Oh.
I never had a
You know what, Rick? I just realized that.
Every
You are
time.
right. As bad as Auntie is on politics,
Every time.
she get a pass every time.
It's not that she get a pass.
I gotta do some research.
She get the check.
I gotta check into
Like
your
everybody
Is
else.
she- Okay, so if she's splitting it with you?
I gotta check into your background.
If she giving you something?
Where did she cash it? We're talking. We're talking.
Let me find out you a
You
Pugh.
sure you want that dirty money? Now?
Yeah.
All right, there.
Let me find out you a Pugh.
Huh? Say it's
Let
not.
me find out you a Pugh.
I'm a sneaky son.
Let me find out you a Pugh. I know.
I'm just saying. I'm just stating the obvious. It's the game that everybody plays.
Yeah, but see, once you start divvying away from what other people feel like you should be doing, or if you cross those lines,
But isn't that what happened?
yeah, it's with everything. That's what happened with Shelley. That's what happened with Ed Norris. Politics, look, politics.
What's the real issue?
So you know what I did find out that I thought was interesting about y'all city?
I'll say.
Yeah, y'all
They
city.
killed me there.
One
Right?
You know what I found out that was real funny? Y'all city is the only city that don't own the police force.
What part? What part
He
you?
was born and raised here, so what's the
What
difference?
part? What part you?
I'm just saying, let me ask, why y'all don't own y'all police force? Y'all don't own y'all education or y'all police forces. Is that the reason it's so screwed up?
So who owns
Impossible.
That's a good question. Who owns? Well, you know the education is an independent council. It's not ran by the city or the state, which is really weird. And then the police force, I think, is owned by the state, maybe? I mean, by the yeah, I guess it's the state, right? And not the city.
Who's that?
The police force.
Nah.
Y'all city does not own the police force. Y'all Baltimore City.
What?
Is the Baltimore City. Baltimore City is
You
the
know
only city.
how I said the word
Right.
that you did?
Yeah.
I don't say it at all. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know, I don't have a
It's
reason.
all the way.
I don't have a reason to say it. Oh,
He went to the same high school we did, and he changed.
ain't that how it go?
No.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it go.
This is different over there.
Yeah, I ain't coming back. They ain't gonna kill me on my street.
This is different over there.
They ain't killing me in my hood.
Okay. You got a lot of
When I leave, I'm calling.
Yeah.
I'm on call. I'm just trying to figure out.
So who's to come back?
Let me tell you what's funny about y'all, man.
Go ahead.
About y'all, man.
Isn't it?
The funniest thing about y'all, man, is she went out for writing a book
Yeah. That's
that she
it.
sold to the schools.
Well, she went out.
Is that ironic though? Like she wrote a book for the school system, right? For the schools, like the school age kids,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what took her down. You a mayor in a city with a failing school system, and you write a book for this school system, and that takes you down.
Remember
I remember them. But is that funny? Not only was your law enforcement failing, you couldn't even really.
Well, that makes sense because it was close to libraries too, so it's all finished.
Well, no, they did that one on Greenmount real good, I heard. I ain't never been in there. I had
Already
already.
on Greenmount?
Yeah. It's all 7-11.
Green Mountain 30th?
Over my mouth, you know, mouth.
Yeah, you know what Mountain? Yeah, it's not too far. It's walking distance.
Right.
I heard it was really nice inside. They got like
Yeah, you
1,700
get a
books.
book and a happy hour at the same time.
So I'm trying to figure out like so who is the interim mayor? Like who do they have? Remember when they took who?
Jack Young. Yeah, so he gets suspended.
I mean he better than Stephanie Roberts Blake. Because when they took Shirley down, they gave y'all Stephanie. So y'all ever I think the only thing she did was
it just seems like it's a full circle.
the only thing she did was build up downtown Baltimore and Stephanie. She built up downtown Baltimore.
She got tight.
She lost weight. And what else she do? She did one more thing. She bought the race car thing that's downtown.
That was it.
When she shut down all the buses so the people that needed to go to work couldn't get to work.
We didn't make as much.
We ain't make no money from that. Right.
That wasn't what the goal was, not to make money.
So what else did she do besides close the rec center and close head
Well, listen. All right, listen.
and talk to her?
Y'all lucky she
You
learned
would
how
have
to
told
talk
me
by her 50.
that you cannot
How about
trust.
Her first 2 years was rough. She learned how to talk by her 50 years. Them first 2 years was really hard.
You said them first?
The first 2 years, they was really hard.
Wow.
So where do y'all go from here? Because I mean, y'all gotta. Are y'all gonna? Do y'all like Jack Young?
I don't know, man.
I don't even have no mind, bro. I can tell you.
I mean, so,
No, man.
I don't know if you can trust it either.
How do y'all feel about y'all police commissioner?
I don't know either.
I don't know him, but the way he came in and cleaned the house,
Yeah, he did.
That's a good sign.
like,
It
he didn't care who was who, what position they get in, how long he been in. You gotta go.
Yeah. Somebody did. Oh,
So y'all think it's a move in a positive direction?
I believe
It
so.
seems
Where is he
like
from? He's from New York, right?
though.
Is he from New York? Where's he from? I know they usually get them from out of somewhere else.
Yeah. I think North was the best we had in life.
Yeah, North was.
Yeah, I like that.
Oh, I hated North.
Why?
I was selling drugs.
Oh, Jesus.
He was not good for the economy at that time. For my economy. He was not good for that, but I will say he did a great job.
Yeah.
He was the best police commissioner that they had. But at the time, we was on opposite ends of the spectrum.
But then they tried to get rid of him for some.
Well, they got rid of him.
Well, they did. Some crazy.
Yeah, because he bought too many steak dinners.
Yo, he was living a lavish life, man. Like Cool C,
Yeah, but if you think about it, listen, if you look at it, he was entertaining a lot of officials from other states. You know what I mean? So it wasn't like it was just him and the wife and kids going on.
Right.
He was entertaining a lot of.
Living it up, man.
Yeah, he was living it up.
He was living it up, man.
But y'all best two prospects was Norris and Dixon, and they got rid of Sheila for damn Best Buy gift card.
Gift cards. It wasn't good.
That's all it was. Because they found her guilty for nothing else.
True.
Nothing else. Even with the boyfriend scandal and all that.
Yeah,
She never awarded him.
He mad, like, yo, you smarter than that, man.
But this is the thing. She never awarded him any contract.
Still, it's all about perception, right?
It is about perception. Well, see, this is the thing. It's about what the media can get us to believe.
Absolutely.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right?
But because if you think about it, the mink coats and all the things that he was given and all that stuff was the big headline. But when they found that it was nothing, they could tie them together and said any wrongdoing.
Right.
Man, that joint was printed on page 72 in small print, and you never heard anything about it. But when they found her guilty for the gift card that she gave to a family member,
Right.
that was big in bold print. But I'm like, dude, if you go down for one gift card, though,
Really?
that's crazy. I mean, they need anything just because she wouldn't go along with your boy O'Malley. I still want to know what happened.
That's all that was.
I still want to know what happened to what was her last name?
Strawberry better than what?
Yes,
She
sir.
never went to New York.
Yeah, they never
That's
saw
it.
her.
Yeah.
The baby should be like 14 now.
Love that.
What baby? What baby?
I'm on the way today.
Y'all don't remember that?
Oh, that girl.
Black
Yeah, she
chicken.
was the
Yeah.
she was the news anchor. Oh, news, yeah, she was the news.
I don't remember that. I believe
Yeah,
it.
she's
Where's she at?
we don't know. Ain't nobody heard from her again.
They need to find her. Somebody gonna find her.
You gotta love
You know who should get her?
They gonna find her now.
They should do a surviving O'Malley.
They gonna find her. They gonna find her. What?
They need to do,
Y'all live
Survivor
start talking and tell them
O'Malley.
everything. She gonna tell everything she knows.
man, if she's still here.
She's gonna tell everything.
Man, that system was so corrupt then.
Really?
I will get it. Yeah, nothing's really changed, huh?
No.
Y'all got some good prospects, though. Y'all got some good guys.
We still a part of this thing. Born breed.
Y'all got more, but
I said that right here below, ain't it?
Yeah. That little stomach ache booty, yo. Yeah.
Yeah, when he doing this book via Skype and stuff.
Right.
Like he ain't get your mind right, man.
No, I vote for people like their name Brave Boy and stuff like that. So that's names in the Indian reservation.
He had the brand new. They gone for a minute. Come back and do brand new.
No, not at all. Not at all. I would never. But I just don't vote for y'all people. No more. But y'all got some good people coming up. I like Brandon Scott.
He need a vacation.
Who, Brandon?
He needs some vitamins and he needs to eat and he needs a vacation.
You think he's too small?
Yeah, somebody.
He a hard working dude though.
And I
Young,
believe it.
he's
And he
very
needs
hard
to
working.
be taken
He's
care of.
passionate.
He's not being taken care of. That boy gonna fall apart.
Sound like you should cook him a meal.
I might.
Oh, yeah, we can get him on the show.
I could get him healthy.
Oh,
I heard that.
okay.
Hey, y'all.
What the hell feet?
Oh, okay. Huh, say no more.
That's the capital Y.
Yeah, that was that. That was
Y'all I'll take everything and run with it.
we might have to figure something out.
Yeah, right.
He needs to be taken care of. Every time I see him, I'm like, he needs some vitamins. Something.
Is that what
He's
it
a
is?
busy man though.
You ain't too busy to take care of yourself because if you fall apart, then what?
Y'all back to Jack Young.
Who is y'all? I ain't talking no more. I done did my 15.
Oh,
Really? Don't do that. Cause we got a lot of stuff to talk
I
about.
done did my 15.
So how do y'all? All right. Let's move on. Let's
Please.
move on. Well, we gonna go here. Hold on. Let me send this text out. Try and find out if
Next one, go.
if you
Those. That's how I love it. I be turning around looking at it too. Like that was a cool thing.
I'm gonna find out if he's single for you.
I don't need to look up. I'm just fine being single. Thank you. Moving on.
Oh, stick yo. Stick with
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. You don't want me to? I mean, I can find out. I know the people that know.
Do you want me to hook you up? Leave me alone. Thank you. Moving on.
See, he's in a mood now. You know what I mean?
You keep messing with me. You messing. Anyway, next subject.
So the next subject is very near and dear for you ladies. The increased violence towards women is, from a male's point of view, it's disheartening. It's like I'm really at a loss for words because in my times it was a respect for women and children.
Yeah.
I have never seen this much violence against women, and it's like they're being targeted more than ever. As women, how does that make y'all feel? Does that make y'all feel any more unsafe than normal? Or
It's, I'm kind of like up and down about it. At one point, I feel like hopefully it wouldn't affect me and I'm good. You know, because there are measures that you take as a woman that you do when you're out and you're trying to make sure you're aware your surroundings and things like that. So,
I agree. I think it's called minding your business too. Some of us tend to want to be in the middle of adversity. I don't care to know. I don't want to know.
Can also add.
I just.
Go ahead. No.
Go ahead.
What about women that want to be men? Women that believe they can do what a man does. Some are forced into that role, but I'm speaking about the ones that choose to, not the ones that are forced to do that.
What do you mean? As far as being lesbian?
No. Just thinking that I can do what a man do.
Why can't I think that?
Because you do things to complement each other, right? So I can't do what you do and vice versa.
Right.
It makes no sense.
But if it's just me, why can't I think that way? If I'm single
Obviously,
by myself, why can't
obviously,
I think that way?
see, I said the one that's not for us. You missed the point.
I heard.
Yeah.
But you know, it's one of those things where I don't think women can turn it on and turn it off. So like, I don't know. Like I don't. It's kind of like I revert back to sports, right? As an athlete, no athlete can be 100% in one game, and then the next game lollygag, and then turn it right back on and be 100%, and then lollygag. So I don't think women can do that either. You're either going to be one way or the other. Now I think you will take a back seat in some instances when you get into a relationship, but I think if you have a dominant mindset of being the head of whatever your household or whatever, I think it's hard to just turn it off once you get in a relationship.
I don't agree with that. I think it depends on the person. So I'm kind of like that, where in a relationship you can be dominant, but you can be a little bit submissive in a sense where you're not giving up all of yourself, but you're relinquishing just the more of the domestic, the more of the sensual side, and all of that of you. So I don't think that. I don't know. I don't agree with that. I think that's sexist.
No, I'm not. I'm just actually. I'm just going off experience. Like, I just feel like women that are. I think it's just hard to even with men. It's not just women. It's hard to turn it on and turn it off. In anything that you do. In anything.
I still don't agree. I think it depends on the person. Each relationship is different also. So you can get with someone.
Turning it on and turning it off in any situation. It's gotta be a hole somewhere. And I think and
Something, you mean something that lacks?
yeah, something's gonna lack. Or something's gonna be missed. It's gonna be a misstep. Nobody can say one day I'm this and then tomorrow I'm gonna be this. It's not that. I don't think it's that easy in any situation. But I mean, but I think that's different from with when it comes to the violence towards women. Like, I don't know if that has anything to do with women getting involved more now than before, because I feel like as having a single mother, my mother was always involved. You know what I mean? So, but it was a respect. So I think one of the things that I do feel like, and this might be crazy, and I don't know, because I'm not a single mother, I ain't never been a single mother. But a lot of the violence that are coming now with these single mothers are from boys that was raised by single mothers.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Because if you look at now, like, my mother was a single mother for years, but she demanded a respect. And I think a lot of these kids now that are being raised by their mothers are too busy coddling these sons and these boys, and they kind of grow up in a place where they don't have the same respect for their moms that we had for our moms coming up. And because of that, I think
I just texted something good.
So you know what I mean. Coming up now, my mother made us respect her. You know what I mean. I brought you in, that famous saying. I brought you in this world, I'll take you out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean. I feel like now when I see young boys disrespecting their moms and stuff like that, or talking crazy to their moms, and I'm looking at them like, yo, what's happening? And they like, oh no, he's fine, he'll be alright in a second. No, he ain't. He gonna be shooting up in school in 2.5 seconds. Because there's no respect. There's no respect for authority. There's no respect for moms. There's no respect for anybody. So, and I think that's putting women in harm's way. Now, my question is, do we go back to blaming the moms that are raising these boys, or the actions of the father?
Wouldn't it be a little bit of both?
So,
Well, could be a little bit.
So there was this old lady told me something. Old lady said this.
I was raised in good.
Old lady said this. She said, an absent father does less damage to a child than a broken mother. A broken mother will hurt their child 10 times more than an absent father will ever do. So we've spent so much time blaming men for not being fathers to their children, but not paying attention or not helping these mothers raise these kids so that they aren't left alone or left on the island. And like I'm talking about, like, because this is the thing.
But I thought it was the woman's choice.
It's not always a woman's choice. Sometimes it's forced. But I feel like these women sometimes have brothers that can do more. Fathers that can do
But if
more.
she had the decision over her body, it is on her at the end of the day. She knew what she laid down with prior to.
A lot of times you can't say that.
Come on, man.
A lot of
Come
times
on.
y'all will give us what we need in the beginning to reel us in.
And
We
what will you do? What will you do?
I'm saying we get
You will
there.
go and spend the
We
time.
will get there and we'll accept it because y'all giving us what we need.
You accept it. Say it again.
That's what I'm saying. But wait a minute. So
Okay.
don't say we know what we're laying down
You
with.
said you accepted it.
But it's a facade you're giving.
You said-
You know what I mean? Like you're not giving me
accepted
your true self from the beginning. Give me your true self from the beginning.
You're
Then
not
we'll
your
take
true
it.
self. You know what I'm saying?
No.
When you want something, you
No,
not.
no. But what I'm saying is, if we met, give me your true self from the beginning and let me make the decision.
I might not get
whether-
But who does that?
Yeah, I might not
That's what I'm saying. So
When
don't
you
say.
go on a job interview, you're not giving up your true self.
But don't
Who
say
does
we.
that?
But don't say we know who we laying down
Who
with.
does that?
Don't say that. You
No.
can't say that.
First of all, the writing is on the wall as well.
Yeah.
So a lot of times you will accept whatever because guess
But
what?
you can't
give
say.
me what.
Y'all don't
See,
give us
see
what we
the
need.
smile right there?
No, I'm saying y'all can't. Y'all don't give us who you really are in the beginning.
Who does?
But you
Absolutely.
every time.
Absolutely.
Negative.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Because if you're genuine about it, you
Absolutely.
can't. That's something you can't turn on.
Right.
You're gonna continuously be yourself.
I can't keep you. I can't keep
Despite
up
having
the
a
faith and
jerk
the
one eye.
phony. If that's not me in the beginning, I can't keep.
And what's taking your phone? Because guess what?
I'm gonna do whatever I gotta do to get you to
You-
real
you-
quick. And then once I got you, oh here I am.
What's
What?
placate?
I can't do it.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah.
Say it again.
What?
Say what you just said.
I'm saying this is what y'all do. Do what y'all have to do. Say what y'all have to say to get us to a point where we comfortable enough to do whatever, and then y'all just bust it open. Girl, blah blah blah.
Oh, so
then
he
then
don't-
comes the
he don't
verbal
do-
abuse.
he
Then
don't
comes
do-
the physical abuse. Then comes all of that.
Really?
Give us that. Give us who you really are in the beginning. I'm just saying. That's just how y'all are. I had,
That's how-
and
that's
I ain't ashamed
But
to
that's
say
how
it.
some men are, not y'all.
I ain't ashamed to say it.
Okay, look, this
That's-
So then don't you say y'all know who y'all lay down with.
Yes. You just said it's fake. So if you know it's fake going in, you just said
But
that.
don't
But
you
you
say
don't
that.
know
You can't
that.
say
So you
that.
don't know
You
that.
don't always
You
know
don't
that.
always know that.
You just stated.
I'm repeating what you said. You just said y'all know who y'all laying down with. We don't.
No, so
If-
what
if
happens in a
you
woman's
said
mind,
that
if you
we
get
are fake in the beginning, then you're stating you know that it's not real anyway.
No, we don't know
so
that.
let me correct her. It's not a
I'm
matter of
saying
being
you got
fake.
you
It's a
put me out
representation.
right. It's basically.
So you're sending your best version.
Don't
of the
send me your
representative.
representative. Give
So
me who you
you
are.
send the representative, you do the interview, you get the job.
Don't do
You're
that.
doing the job for a while, and it's
That's
like
it.
everybody else once you're there, you stop doing your productive
Give
duties.
me what you got
You
in the
start falling
beginning.
back and
That's
slacking
it.
back, and when you
Okay,
start
so
to see the
let
person
me
for who they are.
so people get comfortable at times, correct?
Always.
Okay, so Why it gotta be that they're being phony, yet they just got comfortable? Hey, how y'all doing?
That's the question.
Hold a minute.
I would love to hear that.
You know what I'm saying?
Y'all-
Damn, it was another.
I was answering a question for you.
For me.
Maybe they didn't answer the question. Maybe they didn't hear the question.
You repeat it.
I didn't hear it.
You just said we
How you
have
gonna
to
bring something in?
Right, y'all bad, everybody.
No, we're not.
Don't catch up to this old stuff, man. It was good.
I'm trying to figure out something though.
The question was,
You got more?
if you know that the person is giving you a facade, right?
You
You
don't.
don't know, but guess what? He did all those things to get you in the beginning, and then he got comfortable. He got a little lackadaisical, as people do. You go to a job, you're not gung-ho every time you go in there. Sometimes you fall back, you fall short, X, Y, and Z. But then you're quick to say, well, nah, it was fake, yada, yada, yada. Now, oh, no, man, well, what happened to doing this? What happened to doing that? Why we ain't do this? Why we ain't doing that? Instead of, you just fake. You was being phony, you got me trapped, and now you got me, and now you're not who you really
See,
are.
I'm a communicator. I like to talk. I'm gonna ask you what happened, what's wrong, how can we fix it?
Yeah.
It's up to you whether you want to fix it or not.
But that's
That's
where
where
most times when a woman comes to you and she's bringing it to your attention and telling you, you don't really pay attention or hear what she's saying to you. You make it seem like we are pointing fingers. You did this, you did that, and that's not what we're trying to do. We're trying to just
That's what she said.
No, we're trying to
Sometimes.
say we.
You know what I mean?
Sometimes
No,
it comes
I
out
said
that way.
we.
well, now I
No,
know that sometimes it can.
I'm talking about that. Presentation is everything.
I
It
said
can,
we.
but for those real serious, sincere females, when they're trying to get to a point that they'll tell you, these are the things that I find wrong. These are some concerns that
How
I have.
can we?
How
fix it?
can we fix it?
Right.
If you go into saying things like that, and this is how I'm feeling lately because we haven't done,
Absolutely.
we may need to try, and then you're taking it like she's saying that I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do. It's like it goes against everything that
Well,
we
I would say
stand for.
this.
We're trying.
In my experience, listening to other people talk, it's a lot of men that are more emotional than they think.
Absolutely.
And it's a lot of men that I think the biggest problem in relationships when it comes to who leads the household, a lot of men that were raised by single moms tend to fall victim to that coddling later on in their life. And then when you have a strong woman like yourselves, and you walk into the door as a strong woman,
What is a strong woman, though? What is that?
I don't know. I'm not a strong woman, so I can't answer that question.
So why are you using that word? What's a strong woman?
Let's
talk for a second.
Let's talk for a second.
What's a strong woman?
So I felt like my mother was strong, but my mother held 3 boys
She
down
was
by
responsible.
herself. But you gotta be more than just responsible, dog, because you gotta endure a whole lot. You gotta go without bills to make sure your kids eat.
That's being responsible too.
Is it?
No,
It's
strong
that's
is more on mental, physical,
Yeah, dog.
every
To be
emotion,
able
everything
to
that
be able to get up every day and continue in the same cycle, even though some days you know that you might not make it to the end of that day or the end of that week, and you still do it for the sake of your kids, dog, that's strong.
Because everybody isn't a strong individual.
Yeah,
Strong man, strong
everybody
woman.
don't have that.
Everybody doesn't have the mentality or strive to make it work for themselves.
So what happens when you have those that have the mental strength and the physical strength? Are they still strong or are they not strong there?
Yeah, it's 2 different types of strength.
So that's what I'm saying.
It doesn't have to be so. People tend to think when I say I'm strong, or when this woman says she's strong, that means she can pick up this boulder and roll it down the road. But no, strength comes from within. Sometimes being strong is being able to hold it all together.
Mental strength, emotional
So
strength.
it is a man a person that take care of responsibilities, take care of his business, right? Is he a man or is he a strong man versus a man that does not take care of his kids, does not go to work, does not provide for himself? Is he a weak man?
But they both can be. Hold on. They both can be strong in their own right.
I would think that makes him a man because he takes care of X, Y, and Z. If it's a woman, because she takes care of yada yada yada.
Yeah,
she's a little girl or he's a little boy.
That
so where does
falls
the strong come in there?
That falls right into your belief of it being a responsibility, right? Well, what I say
is belief or what it is?
Well, no, I mean, because we agree to disagree on that. Because when you think it's responsibility, I think it shows strength to be able to endure it and keep doing it. Anybody can be responsible, right?
But I think
everybody doesn't have a mental.
Woman.
But because a woman is.
That's what makes that person a man.
By definition, a woman is that has a vagina.
Look it up.
Is that has.
Look it up.
Right? And that what makes you a woman?
Look it up.
But being strong don't make you. I'm gonna go ahead and give you the definition. You know I ain't that scared. I will agree to disagree with you all day long.
No doubt.
But I think because what we look at as
it was messed up. Yo. I knew we would get the time. Oh,
you want to drop it out?
Go ahead.
Hold up. I'm getting you what you asked for. An adult human female. That's all a woman is. You hear me? That's your definition. An adult human female.
That's
a female person. Hold on. It says a female person associated with a particular place, activity, or occupation. That's all it is. An adult human female. That's all your definition is.
Okay.
So all you gotta do is have the right things, and you can consider a woman.
So if that's the case, then if you flip that, a person that's calling himself a man is just not that. So what are we talking about?
Well, why isn't it?
Huh?
Why isn't it? But
the same thing.
Hold on, that's definition by. But see, listen to this. That's definition by people, right?
Oh, now change
the
man. Go ahead.
No. It's the same. That's the interpretation. People tend to take the title man from a grown adult male.
I never said that.
No. What I'm saying is people's perception of man is a provider, right? But that's our own self-definition. But technically, all a man is. That's all a man is a male human. An adult male human. That's all a man is, dog. That's all it is. But think about this. Coming up, what did man mean in your household? What did man mean in your household? It's something different. It's something that we made it mean. It's not the true definition of it. It's what so it comes to interpretation. It all falls into interpretation and how you describe it in your household and everybody else.
So what's the point of having the definition? If it's about interpretation.
Every definition, we ask that about the Bible. Because it's the same thing. It's the same thing. It's the exact same thing. It's up to how you take the Bible is different from how I take the Bible, how she takes the Bible, how she takes the Bible.
That's not true.
It's all about interpretation.
The Bible can be worded away and mean several things. When you read the definition, it's just what it is.
If I read you the same,
but it depends on how you say it.
If I read you, If I read you the same scripture, right? If I read a congregation the same scripture, I can say that same scripture to all my members, right? But all of them are not going to receive that scripture the same way because it's up to their interpretation. So that's how it is with a man and a woman. It's all about how you interpret it for that man to be considered a man or that woman to be considered a woman. Like you say, it's responsibility. I call it strength. It's just our interpretation is different. The definitions don't change.
So if it's associated with strength, then the woman is a man? Is that what you're saying?
No, not at all.
She's strong.
Not at all. So time out. Do she have to be a man to be strong? So you're saying no? That's not what I'm saying.
A man with strength, though.
No.
You just said that.
No, that's not what I said. I said it's up to everybody's interpretation. And what I was asking you was your interpretation of a man a woman can only be strong if she's identified as a woman.
No,
or strength only comes from a man.
I said it because that's what you just said.
No, that's what. No, I wasn't saying that at all.
I was repeating what they said.
All I want to be clear on is it's the interpretation of your feeling. What I say, your responsibility is what I call strength.
So it's all about the context, as Jay said.
And that's true. That's the truest thing. That's the truth right there. And that's why I say interpretation. Because what you feel like a woman is being just her responsibilities and she's carrying out her responsibilities.
Mm-hmm.
I see it as her showing strength. So all we doing is putting two words into the same. If we describe the same woman as doing the same thing, taking care of her family, doing right by her kids, making sure she got food on the table, doing all she got to do without another man being or anybody assistance, I see that as a strength from that woman. You see it as her just taking care of her responsibility.
But I said it because every time you listen to a black woman, she has to be strong.
No, I think in context, a lot of people in general relate to them as strong black women. Because, and I think the reason they do it is because black women have been the lowest on the totem pole for so long. Now, when they show their vigorous nature and they show their strength and stuff like that, people don't know how to interpret it. So a lot of times they interpret it as angry or misled.
But sometimes there is anger. So I don't think that's the same at all.
If you had a black mother, you know what anger is. I mean, that's there too. But I think they're passionate. So listen, if you see a man, black or white, if you see a man at your job, black or white, and he react a certain kind of way passionately about any topic at work, and then you see a black woman do the same exact thing about the same topics at work, they're going to be looked at differently than that man. That man can be black or white. The black woman will be looked at as an angry black woman. Because she can't have strength and she can't have passion. All she can have is anger.
Well, she can't have a voice. I don't care how she says it. She's not supposed to say anything. Or have no influence. I don't have nothing to do.
So let's clarify, because that's not your feelings. That's how you're saying it's interpreted in the workforce.
That's how it was from day one.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that was all women.
Exactly.
So think about now that now black women have less when it comes to the workplace.
So I think it's the same thing where they're not expected to have a voice. Is what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, I believe that. Yeah. But that don't make it right.
It don't matter how she said, what she said, or the tone, or whatever, or the context. She just needs to shut up. So the grown, shut up and jump. She has no voice. I think it doesn't matter how she says it. She just better not say nothing.
Yeah. But that's to me.
Not saying it's right. No, not wrong.
To me,
but that's the way it's supposed to be.
But like, so I'm like, I feel like when black women have endured for so long and still try to hold down the black household, the community, the family, she has every right to be called strong.
Nowadays they call it "that's my queen." Whereas if the guy who's the king,
that's a misuse of the word.
I think.
Oh, it's not a misuse of words.
Okay.
It's not a misuse of words, but you can. I think we, as men, as black men, have a duty and a right to find a way to uphold and demand respect of black women. Because for so long they have held the families together. Because of so long they have held the communities together. Because of so long they have taken care of children, not just their own, but children in the neighborhood. So we as black men have a duty to hold them to a higher, put them on a higher threshold, put them in a higher place, pick them up, you know what I mean, and put them on a higher pedestal and stuff like that. It's our duty, but we are too, and I'm gonna say this, as black men, we are too weak. We at times, not all of us, we are too weak and too afraid.
The majority, though.
Yeah, we are too weak and too afraid to stand up for our black women, because how we gonna think of a black man and white men gonna feel alike. And that's the biggest problem in our communities, period. We can't save our kids.
Say that again.
That's it.
How we think of
Oh, white men, black men, all of them. You're not gonna tell me that and I'm not saying me and you, but you're not gonna say that it's right now. You have a brother out here that holds his queen down. He talks about her and he gives her ups and big up. And he got a homeboy that sit right beside him, call him his brother, and be like, "Man, this dude a clown, man. All you have to do is praise his woman, man."
Right, they call him that.
Yeah, you understand what I'm saying? We know this because we see this. You understand what I'm saying? And we know it's wrong, but guess what? We ain't, in a lot of instances, as black men, we ain't brave enough to say, "Come on, dog."
But you know what? I beg to differ because I've had cats where I've been the sugar and I've been the one where they want to hear this, they want to hear that. Prime example, your boy and I. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Prime example. So it's no different outside.
Yeah.
The same way. I had homeboys now back then where when I was married, I said I was getting that. Yeah, they're married now, and guess what? Yeah, I rarely hear from them. You know what I'm saying? So,
But that's the same thing I feel like we us as brothers.
mm-hmm.
If you got a homeboy that's not taking care of his child,
Yeah.
you should call him out about not taking care of his child.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And I don't think there's enough of that in the neighborhood either.
No, it's not.
It's not gonna be a homeboy of mine that I call a brother or consider a brother. If that's the case, I'm gonna distance myself from him. Everybody that I know is gonna be the same kind of dude that I am. You know what I mean? Now I'm not gonna say I do everything right because I got a lot of shit with me. But when it comes to my kids, dog, ain't no games about them.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's a lot of growing that I still have to do. But when it comes to my kids, there was only one goal that I had in life was to be a better father to my children, inside or outside of my house. Than my father was to me. I ain't have an example, so I'm learning this shit as I go. But I got enough passion behind me to keep getting better about it every day. My kids gonna always be good. My kids gonna always eat before I eat. You know, when they say that thing of, and my kids won't eat before I eat because I remember me eating and my mother not eating. And a lot of us don't identify with that. You understand what I'm saying? I remember my mother putting food on the table and leaving the kitchen and never seeing her sit down and eat. You understand what I'm saying? Like, so when you got those vivid pictures and those vivid images in your mind, I'm gonna always make sure my kids eat first because my mother made sure I eat first. So, you know, when they talk about in the Bible, the man's supposed to eat first, head of the table. No, man, make sure y'all eat first. That's just me.
Well, the Bible said the woman was the worst thing that happened to mankind, bro.
Well, you know, that was written about.
You know, so you go by that, that's what you're gonna get.
This is true.
Yeah. Nah, we got 14
Minutes?
Yeah.
Okay. So we got I'm sorry. I know I'm sorry. I'm passionate because I had a single mother, you know, for a very long time.
Right.
I had a single mother. But ladies, I'm asking y'all, do y'all feel like as a whole that men in the black community should do more to stand up for women in the black community?
I think so. I think it used to be back in the day with like our parents and our parents' parents. You know, you would see them walk down the street and they would, it's always a woman is inside of the curb and he's walking towards the curb. They used to open doors, things like that. So they don't do a lot of that stuff anymore. It's the small, simple things.
I get so angry. And I'm going to tell you what I've seen more lately. White women, because I'm in D.C. a lot. White women walk on the outside of the road, dog. And like, we talk about it in the black community, but dude, it's like when I see these couples walking their dogs down the street, the white woman is always on the outside. And I just don't get it.
But watch this though. It all goes back to the perception on what you feel is fitting. Because if that's what they used to or accustomed to, is ours right, correct? Theirs is wrong, and vice versa.
Well, what I'm saying is, as a man though, so this is what I was taught, and I don't even know if it's true.
Let's go back to the definition of a man, please.
Yeah, it's just a human male.
Okay, so what you saying about what you said?
But listen, when I was taught coming up though, is the reason you stand on the outside, the reason you sleep closer to the door as a male is to protect your woman from any harm coming her way.
That's not actually true.
Well, teach me. I'm always willing to
The
learn.
initial reason was because before they had plumbing, they would throw their waste out to the street, out the window. Okay. So the man would be closer to the edge of the street because he may get hit versus she get hit.
That's the same thing I said, no? I said any harm coming their way. That's the same thing. You don't think get shit on you harm? That's the same thing.
But watch this.
Girl. I can't.
I'm going more so on the traffic people.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
it's harm. Yeah, any harm. But that's what I was taught. Any harm, I'm supposed to be there to protect it. But it's wrong.
You know, he's like, please get him.
But we see it. My point was, we see it in the black community and the white community. It's not just our community that's getting it wrong.
But,
you know what I mean?
but again,
we only try to speak on us.
But again, that's still something that someone brought up or made up,
Yeah.
or derived, right? So if she's used to or accustomed to not doing so, does that make it wrong?
I guess not. If you're not taught it, can it be considered wrong? If you're never taught, can you ever be considered in the wrong if you were never
No,
taught?
no question. So
I don't
if
think so.
even though with some of the other men, like men don't do X, Y, and Z, a lot of them not taught. You know what I mean?
I agree with that though. But if we come to you as your lady and say, because you can tell, you have conversations, you get to know everybody, you know, each other. And you're just, if we're telling you this is an issue, this is the problem, we already know what that lack thereof with you.
You gotta be careful though, because if it's a mama's boy, you ain't gonna win. Because mama's boys suck in real life. Mama's boys suck. Like mama's boys, listen, hey, I know some. They suck. Like a mama's boy. A mama's boy.
What's a mama's boy though?
Dog, it's a lot. You know, goddamn it, Dave, you know what a mama's boy is.
What's a mama's boy?
How about you turn the camera to you so they can see his big ass smile?
Well,
You know
I
what
did because my head glowing.
you know what a mama's boy is. It's like everybody know what a mama's boy is. Boy, a mama's boy is a boy. I'm not even gonna say a man yet. A mama's boy is that guy that looks to his woman or his mother to fix everything for him. He doesn't know how to fix it himself because he's never been taught. He's never been taught. Think about this. We have
fix everything.
everything. My love, I don't know how to wash clothes. My mother washed my clothes. You got a homeboy somewhere that his mother still washes the clothes.
And watch this though. But I thought that because watch this, you go back to standards. Once you got married, that's what the woman did anyway.
Time out.
Correct.
Time out. Okay.
Let's go back to
Okay.
standards.
But you also got it where the
What
mother,
we were taught.
if a single mother in the household, she takes out the trash. Right?
Mm-hmm.
That mama's boy.
No, not all.
We know one, Dave.
Oh, we know you do.
We know one. We ain't gonna do this on here, but we know one.
I'm just personal.
We know one, dog. You know what I mean? Where a mama's boy is the worst kind.
Right.
Because as women dating a mama's boy, and I'm not pointing nobody out in particular, but a woman dating a mama's boy, no matter the age, you feel like you're raising another child.
I agree with that. Yeah.
Because you have to teach them. Because you have to teach them something they've never learned. So how can a relationship come out good, or how can a relationship move forward?
Right.
If you're teaching your man how to be a man. Because he's never been taught these things. There's certain things that I feel like a woman should never take out trash as hard as a man. No doubt. Right? No doubt. After a certain time of night, you should not answer your door. A woman should not. That's in a relationship. Right? if there's a noise in the house, the woman should not have to get up first, to check out the noise.
Well, no, she's going to get up first because she's going to wake him up because he might be dead asleep. She's going to shake him, and then he's going to get out the bed physically, but she's going to get up first.
I mean, that's fine. Okay, I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
I got one!
I'll give you that. But it's certain things that shouldn't happen. Dude, if I hear something fall in my house, I'll be like, go see what that was.
Yeah.
And then I roll over and go back to sleep. No.
That's a problem.
Yeah, it's a big problem. But we know friends. We got friends.
Absolutely.
I have a homeboy that I'll never put his name out there, right? Sorry, he light skinned. But it was a situation, right? You know, I'm sorry, all these light skinned people. There was a situation where there was an altercation about to happen, right? And so I was doing something where I wasn't paying attention. He had a better view of me, view of the incident, but all I heard was somebody locked and loaded their pistol, right? So, as a person that came from a neighborhood that we know what those sounds mean, I automatically grabbed mine, right? Before I proceeded on. Yo sat down. When I went through the door, the old girl was standing behind me.
Is that what the big rich came to do? Kick the door in the 4-4?
Oh my God.
No. But what I'm saying though is, I'm like, where my man at? Yo sat down.
Behind you.
No, he wasn't even behind me.
Oh, no. It was her, but all the time, this girl was your man.
But I'm gonna tell you this. That changed the dynamics of their relationship. From that day on, their relationship was never the same. Because in those times, you saw that, because I think every woman
be toxic, man.
I think every woman wants to feel protected and safe.
Yeah.
Not saying that I need you to go to jail for me or die for me, but I want to feel like you may go to jail for me or die for me.
But can I say this though? Speaking of what you just now said, a lot of the killings that happened, especially within the last 3 years, that involved a woman and a man standing up for that woman, was not because she didn't want to feel safe. She egged the situation on.
That's a big problem.
And he reacted defending his woman.
Yeah, that's a big problem.
You know what I mean?
That's a big problem.
So
I had to learn that, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I was more of a reactor than a person that kind of took time to assess the situation. Dude, I ain't gonna lie, I owe a lot of people apologies. They ain't gonna never get them, but I know I owe them. You understand what I'm saying? I'm still struggling with ego and pride a little bit. I would admit that, but I owe out a lot of apologies, dog, because I've been very reactive because I had females in my life that I consider family. So all you had to do was say to me something wasn't right, and I was going to jump on top of it before I even knew that you spit in this man's face. You understand what I'm saying? You ain't tell me what you did, and it took me years to
the bottom right.
and the place was part of the mountain. You ain't set me up like that, homie. You ain't set me up like that.
Because you saw he was on the track, man. He was going 100 miles an hour, so I had to go and toss it in there and find out how to do.
You ain't set me up like that.
You know what I mean?
I'm just saying, you ain't giving me that one. But it's real though. You know what I mean? It comes to a place where I think so listen, I was telling somebody the other day how I got the living shit smacked out of me, right? And coming from a place where I'm supposed to be the tough guy, to allow somebody to literally smack the shit out you in front of a lot of people, and this person of the opposite sex, I was like, I show more strength in not reacting.
You strong.
Yeah, I'm strong. I show more strength. I show more strength in not reacting than I could have ever shown in reacting.
You a strong black man.
At that time.
Okay,
But I was still a boy. But imagine if, so I got called a punk by more people than I would have ever been called a punk by if I would have smacked her back.
That's not true.
I was a teenager.
Watch it.
I was a teenager. Not now. But then, I'm telling you, they would have been.
You still, that's a no-win situation.
Yeah, it is.
You're right. Had you not reacted, you're a punk, you're a faggot, this, that, the other. As you beat her,
that shit out of her.
you've been an abuser, you've been Ike Turner, you've been this, that, and the other. So it's a no-win. Even though you know what it is, to their perception, it's a no-win, man.
But I chose, because this is the thing, coming from a household where I saw my mom being abused.
Right.
I can't be an abuser of a woman. Now I got a brother though, that ain't okay. Like, man, woman to child, he might fuck you up. Like, he ain't got no cut cards. But we came from a household where there were no cut cards. You know what I mean?
You know what? Doing security, I've been in situations where I've thought like that too.
Yeah.
But then I've had situations where I had to react so they understood.
Yeah.
I am a man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But initially, like, no, I can't do that because it's a woman. Until you get pushed to that limit.
Yeah. I mean, it's a very interesting topic, ladies. When we come back, we're going to keep this topic going. We want to hear more from y'all. This is Two Shaded Dawn on WMSK Online Radio. This is True Grit. We just getting started, y'all. We just getting started. You know what I mean? Reed, you ready? Come on, Reed. Come on, give us something. I mean, it's about the ladies today. We're going to show how much we love y'all, how much we support y'all. We just need y'all.
For Mother's Day?
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. And it's listen, this is the thing. I ain't forget about Mother's Day, but I was just trying to show I don't need a day.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about.
I don't need a day.
That's good saying, man. That's good saying.
You like that? I don't need a day. We'll be right back. This is True Grit.
WMSK Online
I was 35 when my life and addiction started to spiral out of control. My ex-husband threatened to take our children away from me.
Hey, boy.
I thought hopeless. He called the lead rehab placement.
No, I'm good, bro. I want to go to that.
You want to?
And more importantly, I am 33 years sober. I'm so grateful for all their help. But all it took was making one phone call.
So before I forgot, you go rock, right?
Yeah.
I was going to fix a commercial. Somebody want to get paid, that's good.
At all. Y'all know.
Somebody want to get paid, man.
Y'all break the money.
I can do voiceovers and all that shit.
Like if you don't work for somebody, they buy your package. You get a percentage of that.
Down south, 99.
Hey man. Oh, she almost got us.
Yeah, I saw
You saw that
We say,
Not at all.
Remember when she was going in the 9-9, son?
Not at all.
she had a flashback.
Son, I've been dealing with so much devastation, y'all. It just makes me appreciate you.
Yeah, more than 3.
Yeah, dog, yeah, like 6. Oh, the numbers always even out. What you say?
They said, you say is making sure you always say y'all later. And relationship is a progression that's limited and a relationship that you know that you wish you have relationships So I responded, well, the day of the microwave is more instant versus the oven. Yeah, you're right. She said he meant a strong black man. Oh, black man. No, absolutely. You're going to go right for the strip. You know what I mean? The strip is toxic these days. You got it right.
Only in males though. Only in males. Males can't be strong.
I don't know. If you're a sex change, you fighting a woman, we got to talk about that. Dude, we gotta talk about that, man.
How about she fractured her fucking skull?
I want her to. Cause you fighting a man, Joy.
Oh yeah.
That's why
You fighting a man.
That's why I said she should be in there, dog.
No. She should be in it. You voted
She
for
don't
it.
have to fight against us, right?
She already fought it.
No. Okay, so when you're selecting, are they selecting whether the gender is there or not based on the female height, weight, all that?
So it's because it's transgender, she identifies as a woman. So they had to accept her as a woman.
Right.
And that's
But
still,
you know how you
she
go
was
up
born a
against
man.
fight by weight category. You want to
It don't matter. I don't care my shit. If a man weighs 100 pounds and a woman weighs 100 pounds, that man can and will dominate you. He's supposed to.
Yeah.
Genetics are what they are.
So they
You
don't
can't change
have
that.
to pick and choose who they want to fight or can't fight.
No, it's like you said, you go my weight with it. You go my weight with it. That's what it is.
That was a big bitch.
Absolutely.
She was.
That was a big
That was a huge bitch.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck?
I wasn't for her. Like I said, I told somebody, I never fight it back.
That's what
It's
I
I
was
lose
saying the
more
other
like
day.
fighting a woman.
I lose more if I win or if I
There's no
lose.
win. No win, yo. There's one win. There's no win.
I don't even think no response. Last week he called me because he was having some plumbing issues last week.
I said that. I said, you say have plumbing issues.
He already used that.
Yeah. Well, no.
The difference was I took my shit ball. I was stuck in the middle of it.
What I said was, he said he gonna take you to Africa anyway. So that was his form of life.
Oh, he said that?
When he left here that night, it was us three.
He did say that.
He went in the car and
He
said
said it
it.
online though. When I was looking at your he said it.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, he did say it, but I ain't believe it.
Then he went on Facebook and typed it. So,
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. What about texting them? You got your info.
That's why I asked.
Yeah, I did.
I ain't asked. You already told me it was.
Listen, he got abused that show.
Hey,
Yo, it was bad.
he didn't get abused that show.
What you call it?
Bro, he heard
Don't
himself.
goddamn it down.
He jumped. No, he jumped out the window. He jumped out the
It
window.
was all him.
You had to open it.
Listen,
No,
no, opened it.
I
Broke
watched
the
y'all.
glass.
it was fireproof.
Show.
You know what I mean?
You saw him. I kept trying to help him. I kept trying to say it.
Everybody.
He wouldn't let me. He just wouldn't.
I even asked you like, can you just keep quiet for a minute? Listen.
I say God gave you 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. I want to utilize And after that night, he called me another Sunday. He called me Tuesday, still talking about it.
Yeah. He called me too.
Oh,
He's
he's
like,
still in.
Yeah, absolutely.
he's like, I listened to it again. I'm like, yeah, no, it don't matter. But My best friend was she was something around. She walked out the store and they had some Air Max 97s for $90. What? She walked out the store, she was like, I didn't remember if you look, it's a half right now.
Exactly, look. Listen to this always there.
I was talking about him. I'm so crushed because I wanted him so bad.
Huh?
I wanted him so bad.
Man!
She went back the next day. They said somebody came in and you fed again.
I would have took it.
I know,
They
right?
probably double
Oh
sold.
my God.
Right, right there.
That's
Yep. She could always got rid of that for another store.
Thank you.
Thanks to her.
No. Once again, it's on. This is your boy, True the Dawn, only on WMSK Online Radio. This is True Grit. I got my lady to my left,
Danielle.
the queen in front of me, and my guy to my right.
Sugar babe, Joe, what it do, bro? Okay.
So we going back in. Oh, keep speaking to somebody. So we going right back in. We gonna keep on where we was at, man. Like, you know, just the women's movement, man. We gotta do better as black men to support our strong black women. I'm gonna stay with strong. You know what I mean? 'Cause I think they like it. Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. So, ladies, let me ask y'all a question. How do y'all feel, or what do you, as a woman, require from men? The black men, not white men, just black men, to be more supportive of, huh?
Are you ready?
No, not today.
Okay. Is Sunday?
That's a real question. Like, what do you feel like black men need to do better at?
One is community. Like, really work on
We should
communication.
get off of that one, because that ain't gonna never happen.
Yeah.
Like, we just suck at communication. Like, I don't know what it is, why. But yeah, let's
But
talk.
it matters. It makes a difference.
Anyhow.
And when y'all just, like, I just put that out there, how you came and was just like, it ain't gonna make a difference. You already
Can
know.
I interject real quick though? Because communication is not always verbal. So
That's true.
Right.
So at the end of the day, when you say communicate, you need to be open to other forms of communication as well.
Other forms of expression,
Right.
however.
No, you can't say however, because a lot of times the woman's looking for the verbal. Most times, right? Most times. But there's other forms of communication that's not always verbal that she has to be open to and to be able to understand.
And
The
I
same
agree.
way the man has to be able to understand when you have issues or concerns or problems that you know you feel some kind of way, but you ain't say it.
Give me an
No.
example.
Like your face right now, like niggas shut the fuck up. I don't hate you guys. That clear enough for you.
That, no.
That was a great example.
I
Yeah,
give
right.
me an example.
Give
Give me an example.
Like what?
What you just said.
Yeah.
There's other forms of communication that we need that you.
Sure.
Man.
Okay, well, you can tell by his habits.
Right.
He may not say certain things. I'm trying to think of what I could use. I don't know.
I get that. I understand what you're saying. Now,
That's an example. I mean, you won't.
give me a number.
Jesus.
Let me ask you this. All right, I got you.
Go on, man.
So listen, check this out. So if a man doesn't verbally communicate, but he's home every night, he makes sure the kids are good every night. He even checks in with you, and he may not always come to you and say, "How can I make things better with us?" But he just say, "I just want to know you good, how you feel." Those things, right?
Mm-hmm.
Those are different ways of communicating. If the lights is on, the mortgage is paid, if the kids have already been fed, and they in bed by the time you get home.
No. The kids got somewhere to sleep.
Yeah, we can go there.
They got somewhere to sleep. When they get up and turn the lights on, the lights come on.
The bills are paid.
Uh,
You know what I mean? It's food on the table.
yeah.
And some men feel like that's enough.
Yeah.
But is that enough for women?
Right.
I think it depends. I think it depends on if you as that woman is willing to compromise. Give a little, take a little. So some things you gotta set your pros and cons on what's more important to you and not.
So as a black man, I'm lost, right? And this is why I'm lost. Because if I can't sit down and have a 3-hour conversation with you about my feelings and because that's usually how long it takes.
That is
Well,
not.
that's how well, it could be 45 minutes to y'all.
That is not.
It could be,
It's
listen,
an
I'm
hour and
telling
a half guarantee.
you, if it's 45 minutes to y'all, it's like 4 days to us.
I don't even want to talk that long.
I'm just saying, that's just how it feels to us. But if
Y'all talk with a cup of water because you gotta re-up.
yeah,
Don't get
if I'm home every night, right?
Right.
And all of these things are being provided with no issues, right? How am I not showing you that this is where I want to be, or or that I love you? That's not enough because I ain't roll over and I say, baby, I love you.
It may be like that, but in relationships when you're getting to know each other, that courting phase, that's when you determine you should by then within 2-3 months you're picking up people's habits. You should know what somebody like, what somebody don't like. You should be able to pay attention
You
to
should.
the signs and
Listen, I don't know no woman
maybe not.
that should not like the lights on. That should not like to know that the movies pay. That should not like to know that the kids do.
That's
That's all and good, but then you might have a
all and
female that
good.
wants something a little more than that.
right.
But they generally, again, will tell you. And if you're not listening to what they're saying, actively listening.
All of that is good, and thank you for telling me that you love me in those ways. But me, I'm a pleaser. So if you're going through something,
That's the love language. Your love language may be different.
thank you. I know that. But I'm saying, talk to me. Tell me something. Tell me that it's different.
Let me tell you.
Tell me something. Tell me that you're going through something. If you come in the house and you're having a bad day, I wanna take you from that bad day. Help me help you.
But watch this.
So listen, if I come in the house
Most
like
times
this,
the woman is more happy
If I come in the house-
making you
if I
happy.
come in the house, if I come in the house like this,
But if you know your man, you know he's going through something.
And you say that's what I was about to
he's going through.
right?
If you go here and be that character on
Rock
TV,
with it. Listen,
And,
right?
and most times we
you
don't
do that, right? He
know.
gotta tell you that though.
No, you're not necessarily telling me.
You know what I mean?
But if you're coming in the house and you're giving me everything, even stuff that I'm not even asking for. Thank you.
Yes.
I tell you thank you all the time.
But my communication
But-
is if I walk in the house and I got a drink on the table, I got a cigar and pot playing, you know it's been a rough day. I
Right.
shouldn't have to say, babe, today
Absolutely.
was hard.
And I'm gonna
That's
give
my
you that.
sign.
I'm gonna give you that.
But
Right.
it's
I'm gonna give you that.
I might just say that on this one.
No, what I'm saying though is,
Right.
what I'm saying is, you
Without
got
you asking, I'm gonna give you that.
that's what I'm saying.
But I
All
want
our
to give you
communication-
something extra too.
All our communication is not going to be verbal.
It's
Okay.
not.
We
I
got,
get
we
that.
got.
I get it. I get it. So I'm gonna give you everything that I know that you love and that you like. But me, I want to do something extra on top of the things that I know that you love and that you like. That's just me. I'm a pleaser. I'm a Cancer woman. That's what we do. You should know this. But what I'm saying is,
I'm a Cancer man.
he's a
dog.
Cancer man.
You gotta take the title, son. Take the title.
Don't do that. But that's just who we are. We're pleasers.
Yes.
So on top of everything that I know that you like and that you love, I'm gonna go the extra mile to make sure my man done had a long day.
Yeah.
I know he like this, and this, but I want to put it and give him something extra. I don't have to always ask you what it is. I hear you. I listen to you all the time. I'm paying attention to you. But sometimes it helps us if you say something. I'm not saying you gotta talk to me all the time because I'm watching you. I pay attention to you.
Though. I beg to differ because
Well,
if you are in love with that person in totality, you're going to know what to say and what to do.
True. But we learn something different every day.
Everybody do. So guess what? Instead of waiting for him to say something, just go ahead and get that extra because you want to give it anyway because you're being sincere.
True.
but the first thing every woman says in a relationship is communication. they never define that there are different means of communication.
You can't say everyone.
But no, I'm not okay.
Yeah,
I'm not
you
gonna say
said all
everyone.
men earlier.
But the first thing,
That was
listen,
you.
but listen, time out.
You said y'all.
But the first thing Dawn said was,
Lord, yeah.
I'm not saying every woman, but when we started the conversation, the first thing Dawn said was communication. Because that's a fallback, I think, for most women. Because I think women want to be able to talk about it. Women want the man that's going to cry on their shoulder.
See,
They
that's
want the
not what I
man
meant
that's
by
going.
that,
No,
For me.
this is just wordplay.
Yeah, for me.
This is just wordplay. You want the man that's going to show he can be vulnerable with you. But his vulnerableness might be grabbing that drink. It might be grabbing that cigar. It might be putting on a certain song. That might be his way of being vulnerable. His way of being vulnerable is not going to always be cuddling up beside you with his head on your shoulder.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Tony.
Yeah, so communication is definitely key, but you got to look for the signs of how we communicate. Because in our mind, we putting it all out on the table. It's just not through words, but it's right there for you. If you
That's
truly
different
love
when
me,
somebody like that.
if you truly love me, you're going to know that I'm telling you my story through my actions.
But that's
Rather
not always
than
true because
through my
sometimes your
conversation.
actions don't display that.
I mean, we lie a lot. That's when you, especially our representatives, especially when you're dealing with our representatives. I know what I'm saying. When you dealing with our representatives, you get what you get.
We lie a lot. Thank you for saying that you have a representative.
Everybody
did.
Women have them too.
Thank you. Go wash your face.
Don't give me your
Because
representative.
listen, after you've been together for 5
Go
years,
wash
I
your
don't
face.
hold on, talk
Yeah.
about. After you've been with somebody for 5 years, y'all don't shave all the time.
Come on, man. Hold on.
If we wake up one morning, you got that curly hair shooting out your chin.
Come on, man.
You know what I mean? And we ain't know who's there.
Yeah.
Because you done forgot this, you know what I mean? You forgot to trim it that morning in the middle of the day. You got to
I say,
Come on,
then
man.
why you ain't come in and the shade? You was all in my face.
I'm like, you know what? I be like, did she see this shit? I know I see it.
I see it. Hey, you know why you ain't
Listen,
come in?
I had a comment like that.
If
It
you
was
spend
times I wanted to say something so
Hey, listen, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. My aunt look like me.
I'm telling you, like, Tommy, you in
Look,
my face.
time
You
out.
in my face all the
I
time.
got an aunt that's
Tell
married.
me.
I got an aunt that's married. They got a full beard. And I don't know who lined up who in that beard. Because there's no way in the hell she got a full beard.
That's what I'm saying.
And her
You can't
husband
say
ain't
nothing.
saying,
That's not bullshit.
unless
I
that's me.
understand. I got a friend like that.
Unless
I have
that's me.
a friend like that.
You
I have a friend like
know
that.
You know what I mean?
I
She got a
some men that like hair.
Yeah, not a full beard though. She
No,
got
I know some men that like hair.
Her shit
And I'm
connects.
like,
So you shave yours wrong, or how you do yours?
what? I shave.
For the minutes you know that like it, you let yours grow.
No, for the men that I know that like it, I don't deal with them. I'm just saying I know the men.
Oh, you
that
know?
like
all the men that you know, and I don't know, they sick. Something wrong with
it.
them.
I know some men that like hair.
Yeah,
and you be like,
I'ma
what?
tell you this,
Nah, bro,
I'ma
I'm
tell you.
too thick for all that.
I'ma tell you
I need
what.
to shave.
They sick.
Why? I don't like hair.
Yeah, no.
So I think
different.
when some men
Listen,
feel like
it's
a
different if
clean, bare skin makes them feel like they're dealing with a young person, a
Come
young
on.
child.
It's different if you like hair
Yeah,
in certain
you'd be
regions.
surprised.
Come on. It's different if you
I ain't
like
gonna
hair.
so I won't be surprised.
Yeah, no, yeah, exactly. It's
Okay.
different if you like hair in certain regions, right?
Okay,
But they should not like a beard.
Right.
If they like a beard, there's something else going on. I'm gonna throw that out there.
See, I'm telling you, I have a friend, and she gets a full-fledged beard. It's kind of fading out, whatever, every now and again. And her baby been together, but she shaves, but they've been together for a while.
Dude,
Her
I'm
baby
gonna tell you all
been
this.
together. So you know she
I tell
got a
y'all,
condition
listen,
too.
hold on, time out. I'm 100% honest all the time in here. I am not always an adult. If I'm in the bathroom shaving and you come beside me and shaving, I'm leaving early. And I'm telling you right now, if you come in that bitch and you like this with me, don't do that shit with me.
If you in the bathroom
I'm not
shaving and I come next to you and I shave under my chin, what is wrong with that?
You better do that shit in the upper bathroom.
Everybody taking a shit brand new and I don't know.
Yeah.
No,
That's
no,
like we
no.
on our first date and you fought this shit. We ain't that
I
cool.
will not hold my
Because
breath.
women fought stink because y'all hold that shit for 6 months.
So hold on. So let's go back to being a representative. So if you are shaving outside him, he will say, well, who the fuck is you? That was you last night. You not being your true self,
That's
correct?
I am being my true self, but it's just like, what?
Why you shaving then? Why you shaving if you being your true self?
No, fuck that. No, fuck that. You better shave.
Huh?
No, you better shave. Fuck
Because
that,
that's your true
Dave.
self.
Don't prove no point now, Dave.
You
Why?
got to
Hey,
give,
I don't know.
No,
I
hold
shave
up.
because I don't like the way it feels. It ain't got nothing to do with
but
it.
it's
I
your
don't.
true
Hell
self.
no. Hell no.
I don't want that
Well,
on my
send your
chin.
representative.
Sorry. Bullshit.
Send
I
your
don't want that on my
representative.
chin.
Some shit is not okay,
I
Dave.
don't.
Some shit is
I
not
don't
okay.
want
I'm just saying,
Some
man.
I
shit
don't
is
want that
not
on my
okay.
chin.
Y'all made it grow for a reason, right?
No, he did.
Huh?
Some
No,
yeah,
no.
even he made mistakes, dog. Dog. Everybody makes mistakes.
That's the name of rich blood.
Now, if we in that mission, we like
Yeah,
together. No, I got issues now.
Let me hold yours real quick. You'll show me.
I might even see your baby. What's your birthday every day? What's your birthday?
No.
The way the world is,
It ain't that thick.
there's too many people being allowed to
I
switch
got
over.
food.
I need to know your baby.
I
need to know what your birthday
over there. You know what I mean?
If your birthday,
I mean, it's dead. I got long hair sideburns, but I don't been on my
You
face.
see the Elvis nurse coming up?
Anyway.
I'm great starting back there. And that was
Moving on.
Yeah.
No, but all right, back to my original question.
What
What
nigga just
as black women, I'm gonna go here with I'm gonna stay with my strong words since that's the word I like to use. As strong black women, what do y'all need more besides communication from black men to make you feel comfortable with your black men?
Support and appreciation.
Okay. Support in what? Like in everything and all facets.
You know, I think when it matters the most. See, I'm the type of person, it's the little things that matter for me. So you don't have to do all this extravagant stuff, you know, for me to be impressed. But if I could say I need you for something, and I'm the type of person that don't ask for help at all, and I come to you and I say I need it. And I say why, for you to not hear me or take it into consideration.
So is that what
I'm
you're
trying to
supposed to do? Because if you're strong, then you can hold your own, correct?
Yeah, and we
Is that
do.
what you're supposed to do?
No.
I'm asking.
It's supposed to be a give and take. Because if it's us as a female, you're going to expect us to do all
So
of these things.
what if you say to me, well, what would you do if I wasn't here? What would you respond?
Me being a smart ass, well, I'm going to call such and such and such.
That's
So
what I'm next question for. That was done for.
I'm doing.
She ain't had no problem communicating that with
You
you.
see that?
I don't have a problem with communication. I'm blunt. I'm just going to say it. I'm not trying to hurt your feelings. I'm a very blunt and direct person. I just feel
I
like
think that's a problem,
to say
though,
something to me.
I think sometimes in relationships you need to hurt his feelings.
True.
Because I think
And
that's
sometimes he has to say no.
and he has to say no to hurt your feelings. I think feelings gotta get hurt in order for your relationship to grow. There has to be some kind of adversity in a relationship for a relationship to grow. You know what I mean? Because if you got a yes man or a yes woman in a situation, you are never going to know who you're really dealing with.
You're right.
And somebody's going to end up unhappy without the other person knowing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because never in any relationship should everything always be yes. If everything always yes, there's more to the story. That's I 100% do that.
Yeah, well, what is it when it's always no then?
That means he's really fighting me up.
What? Bullshit. That is straight bullshit. Nobody believes that. You know what I mean? Like nobody believes that.
I mean, he gonna say,
That's bullshit.
he trying to make y'all stronger as a couple.
Get out of here.
By not being there.
Right.
What they say,
Asshole.
absent make the heart go farther.
Yeah.
what they say, man.
But as women and dealing with guys,
You can't be in a
when you get
relationship.
to certain points, who me?
No, I'm saying you
Well,
can't
you
be in a
can't. When you
relationship
like
with
that.
somebody that's always a no.
Yeah.
Like that relationship is going nowhere. You know what I mean? It's got to be compromised. It's going to be things. So, like, I went and saw a play for our show. Y'all gonna take a shot at me, and I'm okay with that. Dog,
What's up?
I went and saw the Nutcracker, trying to do the right thing. You know what I mean?
Play?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I didn't know it was about it.
What?
Really?
How about? I'm not that
What
guy,
you
dog.
doing?
I didn't know what it
The
was.
beginning
I
was
just-
that. You,
So listen,
oh, you're not there with your baby.
I'm
You
a-
put
I'm
on that stuff.
I'm a jock, dog. No,
This your daughter?
no.
This is
No.
the play.
No.
Oh, you took a chick to the wedding? Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, you stepped
Dog,
off
I'm in
and
that-
turn the turn.
Dog, I'm in-
What you doing,
I
man?
didn't know what I was doing, so I'm in that bitch like,
Hey,
like I said, they not saying
right. Oh,
Oh my God.
Dog, I was in that bitch lost and shit. I was like, I'm trying to do something different, you know what I mean?
Okay.
It's not what I'm into.
yo.
I ain't never been to one, but I went and got tickets, dog. I got it planned out. I had the whole.
You should have the
But at the end of the day,
That's
did
where
you
I fucked up.
understand it?
Huh?
But at the end of the day, did you understand it?
Yeah, because I knew from a kid. I already know what it was about, but I had never been myself.
Yeah, the research.
And so I get over there, I'm slick. I'm
Yeah.
looking around. You know what I mean?
Uh,
It's only us. Everybody else is different.
Right.
You know what I mean? Everybody. Everybody else is different. Because I splurged, though. I splurged a little bit. I went up.
Listen, ballet, you
I came up off some something. I came up off some something.
Hey,
You know what I mean?
you go to Allen Edit joint. Yeah.
Son, I was up there. I was
I
smooching with the people, right? So I'm looking all around. I'm like, hey, I'm clean though. Okay. You know what I mean? I'm looking around like, hey. Okay, well, this is what it is. So I get lights go dim. I'm like, okay, all right. Lights come back on that one spotlight. I said, all right, everybody get started. It was dancing around the stage.
He thought he was going to see Hamilton.
Nah, dog, I didn't know what was going on. I'm like, why you not saying nothing?
Right.
I mean, that bitch lost in this. I'm like, why they not saying nothing? Oh, that's a bad thing.
He was saying something.
Yeah, I
The
understand.
communication was different.
And that's my point. That's what I was getting to. You see how that's boy? You know what I was getting to. Everybody's communication is different. Everybody interpreted that play how they interpreted it. Because the communication was different. That's all we saying. That's all we ever talked about. That's all we saying.
But they want to go to the ballet
When
though.
they want to go,
But they don't understand communication is different
and
sometimes.
communication is
Hey,
different.
don't say that, because we wouldn't put you down there.
Go
I'm
ahead,
crazy.
go ahead.
I'm just saying.
Nasty.
But that's what it's all about. The communication is different, but you can still get your message across.
Absolutely.
Okay. Next.
Same. That's how you feel. He ain't going back yet. Where you Texas go? Oh, she like next. I don't want to talk about
That's all I was look. That was the whole point I was trying to make.
Thank you very much.
Everybody communication is different, but you still get your point across. And as long as you get your point across, that's all that matters. So I think men and women alike have to be able to
And learn their love languages, man. Love language is important. Everybody not the same.
Yo, them love languages is different though.
It is.
I took the test 17 times.
They probably failed 22.
22.
I can dig it.
And it's different.
Is it
That's why
because you was a man?
I think so. I was strong.
What's the definition again?
I'm a male, a human, adult, male. That's all I am. I'm a human, adult, male. Nothing more, nothing less. So y'all need to stop expecting so much from us.
Say it again.
That's all we are. That's all we are. Human,
That's it.
adult,
Huh?
males. You know what make me a male?
We female.
And do you know what make you a female?
What?
I said you know what makes you a
Sister,
female
I know what makes you a female.
and what makes you a female. That's it.
We got certain rules.
That's it. That's the only difference. It's the only difference. It's not even that big of a deal.
Right.
It all comes back. It's full circle. You know what I mean?
It's bull crap. We go shave in the morning.
Yeah.
You both got shaved before we go to work. If we both shave, who buy blades?
I went to my, oh no, our blade's different.
Who buy blades?
And we use the same, just somebody about to move out.
Well, in this day and age, it's okay.
Ask Bobby Valentine, is it okay? Ask Bobby V.
Look like Valentino?
Yeah. Ask him, is it okay?
Oh my God, man.
You get your help, my back.
Right.
Look, dog, look.
Look at that.
All right, we be right now. We're going to check back in with y'all. Now, hopefully, you know what it is. Stay on foot, once I'm gonna put 5 up. You got 6, but I'm gonna put 5 up. So we're not taking that. Oh, that was with you? Yeah. Did y'all see the boy in the car? Did y'all hear about the boy in the car that got a lot of police? Y'all saw the substitute teacher, right? Did y'all see that? Yeah, so let's do the substitute teacher. Everybody saw that.
That's cool. That's cool. The whole thing, the girl thing, I'm not gonna go really want to do.
Oh, it's not.
I got a thing with it.
You think she was right or wrong?
She was 100% right, but it had to do with you got fucked up.
But see, the first thing is, I'm tired of seeing male officers manhandled as young girls. Like, I feel like if you're gonna have officers in the school, you should have a male and female officer. Because like he was walking around You don't know what happened. Why was he gonna talk to her like that? Why was he acting her like that? So I'm all for that student to finish up. No question. We as men need to do more of that.
I get that. The issue is, men don't because watch this.
But we gonna be shot. Oh my God.
Exactly. That's why they don't. And that's why with the woman, it wasn't reacting the same way. I get what you're saying, but it's supposed to be that. And it's not because they don't get what you're doing.
She absolutely beat him in his head. His head kicked him in his head. Okay? Here we go. This is crazy. All right. Once again, it's on. This is your boy, Two Shade of Dawn, only on WMSK Online Radio. This is True Grit. I got my lady to the left, the queen in front of me, and my guy to my right.
What's going on, man? This is David Hippopotamus.
All right, we're gonna go with that. So we're gonna jump right into it. Say Muddy Waters. We are definitely in Muddy Waters right now. We're gonna jump into it. We're gonna put this question out there. We want to know how everybody feels about it. Some people are going to agree, some people are going to disagree. Right? But I want to know how people feel about the substitute teacher that manhandled that young man.
Yeah.
Now, so some people say he kicked at him. Some people say he kicked him in his groin. Some people say he overreacted. Some people say he should have done more. My thought process is, and how I feel about the situation is, right, wrong, or indifferent, something has to be done. Because there's a lack of respect.
This for you right here, Kenny.
There's a lack of respect for teachers and administrators in the schools. The students have been given entirely too much power. And when there are no consequences for our children, they will continue to become worse. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm happy, and I don't know if this man's going to lose his job or not, but I'm happy that he did react. Because sometimes to correct a problem, you have to do it with force.
Absolutely.
And this is the thing. I don't know if this man is going to lose his job, but I'm almost certain that boy won't never try another teacher.
Guaranteed.
You understand what I'm saying?
Guaranteed.
Because of the reaction.
Because of the reaction.
Because that young lady that hit the teacher in Douglas, I bet you she'll hit another one. Because there were no consequences.
Yeah. And
You understand what I'm saying?
easily.
And then everybody was like, well, should the teacher have done more? What?
No, he did. I think he did just enough.
No. I'm talking. Oh yeah. I think he did enough because he could have.
He
taken a whole lot further, dog.
for real.
He could have lost. Because
He
he handled
basically
him.
was just shoving him around
He
with his
handled
head. So
He
He
handled him.
let him know that I'm a man, you are a little boy, and I'm gonna show you how men deal with little boys. To a degree.
you didn't see him punching him and doing all of that.
That's the one thing I respect. He never struck him,
Exactly.
but he handled him
Exactly.
enough to let him know
Yes, sir.
this is not what you want.
You
understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so I'm hoping that the school system backs this substitute teacher. I'm hoping, but we know that this liberal world that we live in, more than likely, he will have far more consequences than the child.
Absolutely.
Because the child made the first initial contact.
The child is a dollar sign.
Right. Well, they get paid twice. In the school system and in the jail. So the child is way more important.
Absolutely.
If he can continue this behavior.
Can replace.
Yeah, we can replace the
substitute.
teachers. Yeah, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. But it's sad, man. It's sad. And I think we will continue to fail as a society if we don't correct our children now.
Well,
there are no consequences for the kids, though. They want to talk about it.
there's no consequences for the kid. But see, it's deeper for me. It's deeper than that because our generation was money over everything. Fuck this, fuck that. Then we get money. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't about trying to enlighten and trying to educate and instruct.
That's true. That's true.
You know what I mean? So the kids now are a product of that.
I beg to differ. I think the kids now are a product of the using of drugs rather than the selling of them. They promoted selling drugs. They promoted selling drugs with us. Now what they're promoting is these kids use.
What were we doing?
So I think a lot
What
of
were we doing? You said what you said earlier, right? Right. So you were selling to the kids
I
now.
wasn't selling the kids. I never sold the kids.
You were selling to the parents that gave birth to kids now. Right?
That's a good goddamn point.
You like that?
That's a good goddamn point.
I'm like that.
But technically,
Doctor,
I was selling to
what part you play?
I was selling to our friends.
Either way.
So
It
we
was,
were already
it
born.
was to the detriment of
Oh yeah.
the population in present day.
But now I think selling drugs is bad too, because the game has changed dramatically.
What's bad? It's bad
But
regardless.
using drugs is worse.
You can't have all of that. What the fuck are you talking about?
Listen to what I'm saying. The kids use. Think about how many kids in school that you grew up with. Now marijuana is totally different. I tend to take marijuana out of the conversation. That's just me being honest.
Sure.
Because I don't. Is marijuana a drug? Yes.
Is it?
But is it?
It's
You know what I mean? That's how I
It's
feel.
herb.
But is it? You
It's
understand what
herb.
I'm saying?
It's not a drug.
I
It's
think
herb.
with drugs to me are things that are chemically made
Or enhanced.
or enhanced. Exactly. Those are drugs, which are usually not made by us. You know what I mean? Opioids and things of that
It
nature.
ain't no usually. It's not.
It's not made by us.
Don't make it.
We definitely don't make it.
No.
You know what I mean? But I think that the excitement about using Molly's and Percocets. You understand what I'm saying? Like those type of things encouraging this generation.
But that come from us though.
But that's just no. I don't think so.
Yo, 2 Chainz, that was his shit for like 3
But
years.
2 Chainz ain't our generation.
Who he's saying to, who he rapping to.
Yeah,
Our
2
generation.
Chainz. That's what I'm saying. He not.
Yes.
No, he not rapping to us. He rapping.
No,
to
not. I'm talking about present day.
Oh yeah.
He rapping to present day.
President, yeah.
But our generation was selling to the parents. That's
Yeah,
it.
you right.
Yeah.
You right.
Because it's a down effect, so it goes back to you. Even though he ain't here, fucking kids, you can't say that because guess what? It goes back to what part did you play to fuck them kids?
Yeah. You know what? I was funny because I was looking at I don't know if it was True Hollywood or what, but it was about Robbie Downey Jr.
Okay.
And both his parents were in the industry, which then brought him up in the industry. But both his parents kind of played around with drugs. And so then he had a stint where, he was strung out on drugs. So he came up in an era where drugs were the thing to do. By the time he got the drugs, though, they were so overly manufactured that he had a different response to the drugs. And that's the difference with drugs now compared to drugs then. You know what I mean? There are so many more chemicals put in the drugs than, like, I don't know if y'all, I know y'all don't have this down here. That K2 that in DC,
Who's down here?
dog, is it?
Fuck yeah.
It's not, boy.
You get from the gas station, yo.
Dog.
You get from the gas station, man, and got a stupid dude on the back.
The way how bad it is in DC, that K2, man, these people dying on bus stops and stuff like it's ridiculous, but they selling them over the counter.
It's the gas station. I'm telling you.
And that's crazy to me.
No, it's not. Okay, watch this. The pack says not for human consumption.
Why do you sell it at the gas station?
Because you can sell whatever you want to sell. But if it says, do you know what it is? And then number like, what's the little what's the shit you used to put in water? It smells of wrong. Not incense. It's like potpourri. It's remember chocolate potpourri. That's all the fucking shit is. Spray with an enhancement, and when you smoke it, you get the hallucinating, and it says not for human consumption. On the package though.
So they cover.
So they can sell whatever they want to
That's why
sell.
they can continue to sell it. But and if we don't see that that's a problem, then we are the problem.
We know we the consumer, we're the problem.
Or we are the problem.
No!
We still gotta make that choice, dog.
No!
You have to
I don't know, man.
Is it wrong on the level that they're able to sell it? Yes. But dog, we still have to make a conscious decision.
But your conscience is played with every day, every wake of the day. When you turn on your phone, your conscience is played with. When you turn on the TV, your conscience is played with. When you turn on the radio, your conscience is played with.
Yeah. And the media has taken control of the world, and people don't understand.
So what happens when you have no one to say, hey, look at it this way? If you don't have that person,
But that's where we come in as radio personalities, as parents, as fathers,
as homeboys,
as homegirls, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
That's where we come in. Because this is the thing. Marijuana, and it's funny if you look at the stats now. Now they're trying to find ways to tie marijuana to certain crimes, to accidents, and things of that nature. Because they want a bad rap on marijuana. We all know alcohol. Yeah, we all know
rap because it was called the gateway drug.
Yeah.
Which is
it's
not.
not. Marijuana is probably the least of gateway drugs of any of them. Because the people that smoke marijuana only smoke marijuana. Now, if I decide to sniff a line of coke, guess what? Let me try some heroin. Well, let me try some of this or some of that. I've never known anybody that say I'm gonna smoke this joint. What I did, all right. Let me see what this coke like. You understand what I'm saying? I've never heard it because the same people that started out smoking marijuana are the same people. That's why your ex-presidents, that's why your ex-entertainers and entertainers still smoke marijuana.
See, that's why it had that bad connotation to you because he was a jazz musician. It gave people the freedom.
Yes.
Made them free. And a lot of times it was the black mandingos fucking the white European little girls, and the white European male couldn't deal with that. That's where the bad narrative came with marijuana.
And then it's funny because if you look at opioids, which are pain pills, usually people that end up using stronger drugs are people that were injured and became dependent on opioids. Okay. People that have been dependent on opioids and came back and bounced back. So listen, y'all, we enjoyed y'all once again. This is your boy Tuesday the Dawn only on WMSK Online Radio. Got my lady to my left. My queen to my front. And my guy to my left. Right.
Who is that? That's called Southern.
I think she's hungry. I think she's
Yeah, this is a good mother, right?
yeah.
I didn't sure what that was. Michelle?
And this is your boy Tuesday the Dawn. We out. Thank you once again.
All right.
Don't get on my nerves.